Hello students, welcome to today's video lesson. Today we shall be discussing a story written by Ruskin Bond titled The Fight. Let us discuss a little about Ruskin Bond before we begin with the story. Ruskin Bond is an Anglo-Indian writer who lives in Dehradun. His writings are set in small towns at the foothills of the Himalayas, and they reveal his love for the simple life in the mountains. At 17, he started writing his first novel, The Room on the Roof, which went on to win the John Llewellyn Rhys Prize in 1957. This prize is awarded to British Commonwealth writers under 30. Bond has also received the Sahitya Academy Award in 1992 for the novel Our Trees Still Grow in Dehra, the Padma Shri in 1999 and Padma Bhushan in 2014. You might have watched some of the films adapted from Ruskin Bond's books. His novella, A Flight of Pigeons, was turned into the 1978 film Junoon, directed by Shyam Benegal. Similarly, Sat Khoon Maaf was made from the novel Susanna's Seven Husbands. Ek Tha Rusty is a Doordarshan series based on the popular Rusty series. Let us now begin with the story. The fight starts with Ranji discovering a pool in a forest. We are told that Ranji is a schoolboy who has moved to Rajpur less than a month ago. He has not yet befriended anyone in the hill station and is spending the summer vacation by exploring the place alone. The author introduces the dusty and dry weather and then goes on to describe the pool Ranji swims in at Rajpur. It is crystal clear and fed by a hilly stream. Unlike the pools in the plains, this pool never dries up completely. Bond's fondness for the mountains and the fact that he chose to live the major part of his life in the hills is reflected in observations like this. He further contrasts this pool with the dirty, polluted pools Ranji has encountered in the town of the Rajputana desert. The different types of wetlands are coastal, freshwater, marshes, swamps and waterlogged areas. Which types do you think the ones described in the story belong to? You can think about this and discuss the answer with your friends in class. Wetlands perform some important functions. They help in water purification and storage. They help in the replenishment of groundwater and aid in flood control. They support diverse life forms. Let us come back to our story. On his second day at Rajpur, Ranji meets a boy at the pool, looking at him aggressively. Even though Ranji wants to be friendly, the other boy, who is older and bigger than him, announces that it is his pool. He has not invited Ranji to swim there. Apparently, he is the warrior who does not take replies from villagers like Ranji. Ranji stands his ground and declares that he is the fighter. In the exchange that follows, the older boy threatens to beat Ranji and expects him to run away, but nothing can scare Ranji away. After staring him in the face for some time, the stranger slaps Ranji across the face. Ranji responds with a punch. What follows is a struggle between the two boys. Bond describes the fight between the fighter and the warrior as 5 minutes of frenzied, unscientific struggle. This means that no one won the fight, since they did not know the proper tactics of warfare. The warrior hopes Ranji has been scared or frightened enough by the fight to not return to that pool. Ranji expresses his determination to return. The older boy declares that their fight will continue the next day. Ranji returns home with cuts and bruises. He meets his opponent in the bazaar that evening and both scowl at each other. Next day, Ranji drags himself to the poolside to face his opponent, though he feels weak and has no desire to fight him. Ranji returns to the pool chiefly to secure his right to swim in the pool. He thinks the pool is public property and should be accessible to everyone. The warrior throws Ranji a challenge. He has to swim the length of the pool to go over to his side to fight him. To show him his swimming skills, Ranji dives into the water and emerges on the surface almost noiselessly. The stranger is stunned by how well Ranji dives and expresses his admiration for him. Ranji instructs him how to do it, but the older boy does it wrong. Ranji shows him how to do it one more time. When Ranji demonstrates his underwater swimming abilities, his enemy wishes to learn the skill from him. The older boy then introduces himself as Suraj and wishes to know Ranji's name and then wants approval from him regarding his strength. Ranji quickly praises him as a real Pahalwan. Suraj invites Ranji to eat and spend time with him later so that he can help him become a Pahalwan like him. In exchange, Suraj would be taking swimming and diving lessons from Ranji. Suraj initiates the friendly reconciliation and decides that they will share the pool between themselves. With that, we come to the end of Bond's tale of Ranji and Suraj, which was full of action. I am sure the happy ending to the fight between the two boys brought a smile to your face. Remember that real friendship often springs between people who may not like each other at first. However, if you appreciate talent and skill, then the wise thing is to make friends with gifted people so that you may learn from them instead of being rivals with them. See you soon in the recap and question and answer videos. Till then, goodbye.